I've always been a big gift giver. I love thinking of new and different things that I can give to someone that will make their special day a little bit extra special. And I've realized over the years that I tended to either go over my budget or not prepare well enough for when those times came, that I would end up having to overspend or not quite have enough for all the different presents that I wanted to buy. So if this is something that you've had an issue with or just want to get better at, then follow along with me as I showed you how I've been able to master gift giving without going over budget. And if this is a topic that interests you, then make sure you hit that like button so that I continue to make videos similar to this. Now, if you are new to my channel, hi everyone, my name is Lizbeth and I make videos that help you plan for a better financial future while living your best life today. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the notifications button so that you don't miss out on new weekly videos. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. I can't quite pinpoint the day that I decided to buy an Erin Condren planner, but I'm pretty sure it has something to do with Belinda Celine talking about it nonstop, and I just kind of knew that I would love this planner too. But anyways, I got this Erin Condren planner, and one of the things that blew my mind that I absolutely loved was their perpetual calendar. And if you don't know who Erin Condren is or what it's about, it's a planner brand, but they give you this little booklet that pretty much has the whole year, and you're able to go and add people's birthday into that year. So that means for next year, whenever you change your planner, you simply move this over to the next year and you're able to have all the birthdays in one place. So I thought this was fantastic and I've definitely used it ever since. And it has everybody's birthday or anybody's anniversary or anything important that I could possibly buy them a present for. I put them on here. If somebody has sent me a save the date or like a graduation or anything like that that I'm aware of, I put them in my planner directly so that I know when to expect it. Because the perpetual planner is more for like ongoing yearly celebrations. So mainly birthdays, but maybe your anniversary or something like that so that you don't forget. Something I do at the beginning of the year is I write down all the birthdays, any kind of save the dates that I've had, any kind of graduation celebrations that might be coming up or anything like that. And I make one big list of all these people and events that I could possibly need a gift for. The second thing I do is I go and add a value of how much I think or I would want to spend on that particular event or person, right? So, I mean, you obviously have friends that you're not going to spend as much money as you are your mom or your significant other. And in this case, I like to put a monetary value as to how much I would be willing or wanting to spend. How much do you see yourself normally spending on a gift, including a gift bag and tissue paper and any of that other stuff that you might need for the present? So I've noticed that for myself, I spent an average of about $50, give or take, depending on the person and depending on what I find for them that I feel is a perfect fit. So once you have everybody's monetary value, that sounds really weird, but you get the point. Once you have everybody's amount, you total it up, and then there's two things to consider. One is that you're not going to get a gift for every single person on that list, perhaps. And two, there might be other things that come up that you will need a gift for. So say baby showers or somebody's retirement or any random other thing that could come up. So those things you need to consider. So usually I go for higher. So if I'm doing this at the beginning of the year and I think I had made some kind of calculation where the total amount was $1,000 for the year. The total monthly would be about $83 if I remember correctly. So all I simply do is say, you know what, I can round that up to 100. It gives me a little wiggle room in between so that at least I know for sure that I'll have enough for those gifts plus some if they come up. So that makes the $100 my gift sinking fund. So that it means every month I put $100 towards my sinking fund for gifts. And anytime I need a gift, I take the money out of that account. Now, a couple of things to note is that if you can't afford $100 a month for gifts, then you might have to recheck on that list and kind of maybe point out the people that you definitely know that you want to get a gift for. And then the others, you'll know ahead of time that you're not going to be able to give them a gift, or maybe it'll get your mind rolling as far as like maybe something else that you can do for them instead of a gift, or maybe a smaller gift. It just kind of puts everything into perspective so that you're not creating financial tension on your budget, and you're able to still give to the people you love something that you can afford. Another thing to note is that for me, in this particular case, this does not include Christmas gifts. I have a whole separate sinking fund for holidays that I include Christmas, and I include like Halloween and Easter and 4th of July, all those little holidays in between. So that is a separate sinking fund for me. And the way that I like to keep track of my sinking funds, as I showed you on my last video about my budgeting and how I keep track of everything, I have a separate tab for my sinking funds. And it's just pretty much me putting in how much I put in every month, and then as I use it, subtracting it from it. So that way, if I add up all of my sinking funds, that total is what is in one of my savings accounts that is dedicated for sinking funds. This way, I don't have to have 5 different savings accounts for 5 different sinking funds. I can maintain just one savings account, but know exactly how much is for each sinking fund. I hope that made sense. If it doesn't, just let me know in the comments and I'll make sure to make a video specifically for sinking funds. So throughout the year, as I put money into the sinking fund, once a birthday comes up or any other celebration comes up and I'm going to buy a present, I go ahead and use my regular credit card for it. I pay for it, say it came out to $50, and then I make a transfer from my sinking fund savings account directly to my credit card and pay off those $50 that I spent. That way, my credit card bill doesn't come out higher than what I'm used to, and everything stays in balance. Now, one last tip, if you are going to separate your gift sinking fund and, for example, your holiday or travel sinking fund, is maybe you have a lot of birthdays at the beginning of the year. Well, then something you can do is maybe start off your year by putting $200 into your gift fund and $0 into your holidays, and then that way the money is already there for when you need it. And then as you don't need as many gifts at the beginning of the year, then you can start putting the $200 in your holiday fund instead of your gift fund. So obviously you can just mix and match however you like. This also helps with making sure that my personal money that I have budgeted for myself is actually spent on myself and my daughter and not on other people, because then there's like this need to increase it because you feel like you're not actually using it yourself. This is the perfect way for you to keep those two things separate and not feel like you're missing out on your own budget because you're substituting it for spending it on other people. So yeah, so that's about all I do. Aside from keeping it in my perpetual calendar, I also like to add them into the month itself once that month comes about. For example, August is here and I have a couple of birthdays that I have for this month. For example, I have my best friend's birthday down here, so I know that her birthday lands on this day, and therefore it gives me a little bit of time to buy her birthday present, and or if she's not having a celebration or something like that, maybe I can use that money to take her out for lunch or something like that. So it doesn't always have to be a gift, but it's just little things that I like to plan for in advance so that I'm not using my personal money or going over budget in order to cover these kinds of expenses. So there you have it. That is how I budget for gifts and how I make sure that I have enough and that I don't overspend on them either. So if you have any other tips or tricks about gift giving, then make sure you leave me a comment down below and let me know about it. If you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. And if you're not following me on my Facebook group or my Instagram, then I'll leave those linked down below for you as well. Other than that, if you have any other questions, comments, or concerns, please leave them in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the notifications bell so that you don't miss out on new weekly videos. And I will talk to y'all next time. Thank you so much for watching. Bye, guys.